Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Wednesday night, usually a very exciting time in Evony. It's ymirs coming up in a few hours. Everyone gets their family members ready, loads them up with stamina, turns on the computer, and gets ready. Only not happening this week. We have pans. So I guess this is Evony's way of basically saying, you know what? Y'all are growing too fast. There is Evony's way of saying you are growing too fast. Too much resource out there. Too many players that are 30, 40, 80 billion in size. So the rewards are basically the same for what your team does, team scores. But basically, okay, so I have a chart I'm going to show you that compares all the pans and ymirs 1 to 5. They're all the same power level. Pans are going to actually require a certain troop. When you click on the pan, they actually kind of look like this. You'll click on it and it will say arch range attack or ground attack. And you can still do mounted, but you're going to be less successful and you're going to take some wounded. So I have a graph that will compare what ymir 1 versus pan 1 has. But to summarize the chart right now, before we look at it, is basically pans are going to give you 50% less resources than ymirs at the comparative level, but you're going to get almost twice as much speeds and some source of life. So some people are going to like that, right? Like your larger players are going to say, some source of life's cool. It's not enough to actually make a difference, but the speeds are good. But I think there's not much common speeds. And it's all the, construction, research, training, healing, stuff like that. So anyways, let's take a look at the chart. So here it is. So if we look at level 1, so you can see materials are the same. Food, lumber, stone, ore, right? So less than half. You're getting 2 versus 5 boxes of each. Ymirs give 250K of each. Pans give 100K. So a significant reduction. But all in all, this doesn't matter too much because no one's killing ymir 1s, right? So if we go to the next one, right here, you're getting exactly 50% of the resources. So level 2 level 2 ymirs were actually useful. Right? 800K, not bad. You can do it. And then the blue materials are good, and they had okay speeds. Pans are only giving you 200K of each resource. That's really low. So they're basically like a B12. But they're giving you 10 of each of the trainings, and there's no useless trap training here, right? So you're getting 40 hours of speeds of pretty useful stuff. Training, construction, research, and healing for the larger players, it's really useful. Now, when we go to level 3, you could see here that the graph changes to 3 hours. So it's no longer 1 hour speed ups, it's 3 hours, and then 500K boxes. So level 3 ymirs, they give you 2 million, right, of resources. So they were huge. They were awesome to have. Level 3 pan, 1 million. That's still useful, right? It's still good, still a lot of resources, but it's not going to be the big day that we used to have because 3s were plentiful all over the map. So now when your monster that's over the map all over is only giving you 400K and 1 million versus 800K and 2 million, that's a big difference. Now, when we look at the hours, ymir 3 gives you 8 hours of common speed, so 1 full day that you can use anywhere. And then pans give you 24 hours times 3, or 24 times 3, so that is 72 hours worth of stuff. So that's really significant, 18 hours of each. So that is really, really going to be good. And then when you look at pan and ymir 4, the pan goes into 100K, but it stays at 10. So it's still only 1 million versus 2 million. Are Ymir 4s 2 million? I thought they were like 2.1, just slightly above. Anyways, one more material box on pans, and then when you go into the speed ups, pans give you 8 of each, which is so that's 30, that's 24 4 times, so 96 total hours versus 8 times 3, which is again 24 hours common speed. So that's really useful. Because if you just look at research and construction, like common speeds, that's basically where you're using them, right? And then you get to throw in training and healing speeds. So that's awesome. But let's look at the bottom. There's a 1 and a 3 there. So what is it that you're getting extra? You're getting 1 research stone, and they both give 3 tactic scrolls. So Ymir 4 gives 3 tactic scrolls, although it's not identified there. And then here on the final one, Pan 5 gives you 1.2 million versus 2.5, but then it's going to give you 10 times 3, so 30 hours, so 120 hours in that monster. That is really, really significant. And I swear there's souls. I really think there is souls in pans. I thought they were very similar to a sphinx. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But I believe I saw an image that it was. But anyways, that's what we're in for tomorrow. So personally, my opinion on it, obviously, like, hey, I'd way rather ymirs. I love ymirs. But if pans... they give a lot of speeds. That's cool. I need speeds. Like my buildings, this one was, I think, 13,000, and I've got it down to 7,000. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to speed up anymore because I'm just going to wait for speed event because I want to make sure I can complete that. So before I start using speeds again, because you always have to be careful with Evony. Well, hey, what if they throw out a 3-day speed event? I won't have time. If it's a 10-day event, I'll get all the speed ups during the event to do it. But what if it's a short one? So I want to be prepared. Anyways, it sucks. But the biggest fear is on previous servers that had pans, they didn't spawn often. They spawned very rarely, like a sphinx. So, and it was the 2s and 3s that don't give the resources, and they aren't giving the 120 day of speed ups. So let's see what happens with the spawn rate. For me, my evaluation of the event's all going to come down to that. And from what I heard, it's not good. So let's see if Evony's corrected that. But obviously, we should also just be hounding them and be like, yo, like the one good thing you did in the game, which was ymirs, you're taking away. Like it could turn into just a max exodus where people are like, yep, see ya 2 days out of every 14 days rather than 2 days every 7. So who knows? It could backfire on Evony. I know their plan is slow growth, and if you want it, buy more packs. So they're going to evaluate right now and see how many packs are purchased. That's how Evony's going to evaluate if pans are successful. If there's more more packages purchased during pans than there was during Evony, because people are trying to make up those resources. So that's what's going to determine how long we have pans for. Anyways, let me know your comments, your thoughts on it. And maybe, is there any lucky servers out there who still have ymirs tomorrow? I'd love to know. Anyways, Genghis, like, subscribe, leave a comment.